Yo, RX back with another recap of Tybura versus Tuivasa, UFC Vegas 88. God, this card was fucking terrible. Like, Jesus Christ. This card was utterly fucking garbage. Like, I'm not even joking. It reminds me of those old Apex cards from when they first started. Your Tate versus Vieta card. Your Dumont versus Ladd. Your Overeem versus Sakai. It was just so bad. It was utterly cursed. And not even in the fashion of fucking, like, I feel like when the word cursed is used on a card, it's more talking about, like, fights getting cancelled. I wish this card had fights get cancelled. It was that bad. Like, the fight, like, out of 13 fights, I could maybe pick 4 to 5 good moments, or good fights, and the rest was either boring or bad. So, trust me, if I gave myself the option to not recap a card, this would be one of the times I used it. But I recap every card, just like I break down every card. So that's what I'm here to do, is recap this garbage as much as I don't want to. So, enough of me rambling on. I guess eventually I have to recap these shit fights, so let's just get into it. Before I do, please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of 2024. And I guess I got nothing left to say besides, you want to recap some fights? I don't. 13 fights in total. Sadly, nothing got cancelled because that actually made the card better. And we begin tonight in the bantamweight division with one of the most... It's a fight that happened. Was it good? No. Was it bad? No. It happened. And that's about all the good I can say about it. As we begin the night with Chad and Anheliger versus Charalampos Grigoriou. Wow, what a shit fight. Round 1, Charalampos comes out, looked really good. For 5 minutes, he looked really good. Striking looked great. Ground game was looking good. And then round 2 started, and he shot in on a takedown right off the bat. He didn't get it, but he did hold Anheliger up against the cage for about 3 minutes, I believe, or felt like it. And then when they finally broke away, Charalampos was dead tired. Like, he looked like he fought a 5-rounder, how tired he was. And for the next however long was left in the round, plus round 3, and Anheliger did whatever the fuck he wanted and won this fight. So, yeah, very surprising. I was very wrong about this fight in many ways. I guess I'll talk about the main reason I was wrong. I'll talk about the loser in this fight first. This fucking idiot, Charalampos, sucks. He is garbage. Like, I thought he looked good in Contender Series, because he did, but clearly he didn't fight long enough to expose his fucking how bad he is. I swear to God, one of the funniest things is, like, during the early portion of the fight, the commentators are hyping him up. Oh, he trains with Aljo and Marab. His casting must be good, because all he does is wrestle and this and that. The motherfucker was gassed by, like, the 7-minute mark. Like, 7 to 8 minutes in, he was dead tired. Like, dude, he sucks. He's terrible. He has power in his hands early in the fight when he can actually, like, when he's not gassed. But besides that, yeah, he sucks. He's a fraud. Like, you got exposed by Chad Anheliger? Chad fucking Anheliger? You are legitly terrible. Like, Chad Anheliger fraud checked you. That's honestly new. I can honestly say I'm shocked by that. If you're getting fraud checked by Chad Anheliger, you need to be cut. Because how how are you getting fraud? All you have to do is not gas, and you should win this fight easily. And you gassed. 7 minutes in. What a fucking fraud. I'm so tired of these DWCS guys. They're so bad. So fucking bad. To talk about his opponent, the winner of the fight, Chad Anheliger, I can't talk shit. Respect. You fought a fucking green-ass, terrible fighter, and you looked good and won. I got nothing to say. Great performance by Chad Anheliger to keep his job. I was wrong about his. I'm pretty sure I said I really don't see how he wins this fight. I never factored in the dumb fuck gassing out and Anheliger just doing whatever he wants. So, respect. Great performance by Anheliger. He looked good for 15 minutes. He didn't gas. He looked good. I can't say a bad thing. 37 years old to fraud check a hyped up debuting opponent. Respect. Good shit, Chad. I can't talk bad about him. I can only give him respect. So, respect. So, yeah, unless I'm going to talk about something in this fight, I doubt I am. Who should I fight next? For Chad Anheliger, there's some options I would feel. No crazy step up, obviously, but like Luan Orceda could be, I guess, pretty fair. Ferry City, but I doubt he'd fight another Canadian. A fellow Canadian, I should say. Roman Tavares, actually, that's very intriguing. To get revenge for his fellow Canadian, I like that a lot, actually. I forget who I said Tavares should fight. I'll look back on that. But yeah, I really do like that idea. Claydson would be a decent opponent. Garrett Armfield, another good one to get revenge for Katona, who got fucking screwed. So, but I think I like the Roman Tavares fight. I would say between Roman and Garrett Armfield. I doubt Armfield would actually happen. But yeah, I like that Tavares fight. Like I said, I'll go back and see who I said Tavares should fight after he beats City. But I'm guessing who I said's priority booked, or I don't think that's good of a fight anymore. So, yeah, I'd like to fight Anheliger versus Tavares. Get revenge for his fellow Canadian Series 30. I like it. Maybe there's a better fight. I'm not seeing. But I like it. I guess Christian Quinones would be another good option. But yeah, I'll go for Roman Tavares. I think that's a good fight. Let's do it. And then for Charalampos, I don't give a fuck. The dude sucks. Like, you got fraud checked by Chad Anheliger. Do you really deserve me giving you a fight idea? No. Get fucking cut, bitch. Yeah, nothing really else to say about this fight. Pretty forgettable fight to begin the night. It was not on the good or bad side of the spectrum. It was just dead center in the middle. It's not the best fight you'll ever watch. It's not the worst. It was a fight you've watched. That's about all I can say. So, yeah, nothing else to say. Besides, who should I fight next? I like Chad Anheliger versus Roman Tavares. I think that'd be a good fight. I think that's an interesting fight. And, yeah, I got nothing else to say. Great point by Chad. Hey, you shut me up, brother. Shut me up. Congrats. After that, we had to our second fight of the night in the lightweight division. The easiest fight on the card to predict. And I'm actually shocked I got this right of how the rest of the card went, but yeah, I guess some things, no matter how cursed the card is, I guess even the easiest things won't be fucked up. As our second fight of the night in the lightweight division, we have Thiago Moisés versus Mitch Ramirez. I really gotta say much? Thiago beat the shit out of him for 10 minutes, and then he chewed up his leg early in the fight. And then by round 3, it was pretty much cooked. One leg kick, it was over. So, yeah, I don't think I'm shocking anyone with that. Thiago looked flawless, pretty much. I really don't got much to say. I guess I'll talk about each fighter a little bit. I'll talk about Mitch a little bit. respect for stepping in against a good veteran like Thiago, and respect. I guess I am a little interested to see how Mitch does on a full camp, because I think he probably does deserve another UFC fight. But yeah, to go into, I think his biggest accomplishment is getting into round 3 against a vet like Thiago. So he lasted longer than a few of guys Thiago has beat: Christoph Giagos, Melk Costa, Michael Johnson. So yeah, he's lasted longer than a few guys. So yeah, respect to Mitch. He's not a good fighter, but he stepped in short notice and won into round 3 against a veteran. So congrats. Let's see how you do on a full camp in your next fight. And then for Thiago, this is just a fucking. I don't even know what to call this, because for him this fight really doesn't mean shit. Like, this doesn't boost him up the rankings, and this doesn't boost him down the rankings. He's exactly where he was when the fight started. He's always gonna float close to rankings, but he's not a ranked level guy. So, like, hopefully they can rebook him and Riddell, or him and someone else. He did call out Hooker and Riddell. Either or would be good. But yeah, this really does not do much for him to boost him into rankings. So, yeah, not very much else to say in that regard. He looked good. Other than that, he looked good. I guess taking 3 rounds to finish him is an L, since Prates did it in round 2. But whatever, it happened. Only thing I have to say is, who should they fight next? For Thiago, like I said, I'm down to see him rebook him and Brad Riddell. I know he called Dan Hooker, but Hooker has better fights. He has guys like Benoit or Fiziev, etc. But for Thiago, I'm down to see him, like I said, rebook him and Brad Riddell. There's some hatred there for some reason, so yeah, rebook it, I should say, and see what happens. He should win that fight easily. So, and then for Mitch Ramirez, got really no fight idea. Just heal up and get a full camp, and we'll see who you're fighting. So, giant step down, definitely needed for him. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Simple fight, just a beat down. They're not even in the same fucking skill gap. So, yeah, not much to say. Good win for Thiago Moisés. He looked good. My lock of the night, easy. I know a lot of people's lock of the night burnt them, and I'll get to that later. But yeah, I think, especially when I will talk about that more later, you see why this was my lock of the night. I had way more faith in him than Moisés than I did in other people on the card. So, yeah, great performance by Moisés. And who should they fight next? I think they should rebook Moisés and Brad Riddell, and Mitch heal up and get a full camp. Moisés and Riddell seems like they don't like each other, so rebook that fight. Simple. Not very much else to say. Simple, quick fight. One of the highlights of the night, which says a lot. Yeah. After that, we had to our third fight of the night in the women's, in the strawweight division. And I don't got much to say about this, because I don't think there's much to say, because goddamn, what a bunch of fucking bums. And then our third fight of the night, we have Jaqueline Amorim versus Cory McKenna. Christ, Cory, what the fuck was that? Long story short about this fight, because it was only, about 100 seconds. 98 seconds. So pretty much, they did a little bit of striking. Then Cory caught one of Amorim's kicks, took her to the ground, and that's when the fight was pretty much over. Amorim threw up a arm triangle, which should have been stopped there, because she did make Cory tap. But I'll talk about why that's a complaint in a second. And then they flipped over, armbar, and it was over. So, yeah, McKenna lost herself this fight. Why the fuck would you take down someone as good as Amorim? You dumbass. And the main thing talked about with this fight is not even the submission. Mike Beltran's a terrible referee. Like, I know that's a crazy statement, but at this point, at one point he was one of the best. I think he's probably on the Mount Rushmore of referees. Him, Herb Dean, Big John, Jason Herzog. But man, he's so bad now. He's made so many fuck-ups at this point, it's not even funny. He was the dude who did what, Trey Ogden and Nicholas Moda or some shit? It's like, I don't get it. I don't think I've ever seen a referee be washed, but he's washed as a referee, so I don't think he should be reffing at least UFC fights anymore. PFO, any of that, they don't give a fuck, that garbage. Get your paycheck, but yeah, UFC should not bring him back. He's just not a good referee anymore, and he's ruined more fights than he's actually done good in. So yeah, he could have really fucked Amorim here. There's a world where he fucks Amorim, and people were really upset. So whatever. Yeah, that's my big. I think anyway, if anyone does recap this fight, I feel like they will talk about that. That's all I'm seeing people talk about with this fight. Because what else would you talk about? A dumbass with shit fight IQ, or a fighter who's not even that good? So yeah. And speaking of that dumbass with bad fight IQ, I'll talk about Cory first because I have more to say. Again, what the fuck were you doing, dipshit? I get you're a fucking grappler and you want to go to the ground. You couldn't have had one fight of striking, one round even. You had to get to the ground that desperately that you fucking you just got yourself submitted. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. I can't put any other way. You're stupid. If I was her coach, I would have told her, don't even fucking consider taking her down, you dipshit. You're a better striker. Why are you taking the way, way, way better grappler down? You fucking idiot. Fucking stupid ass fighters, man. Just stupid. And then to talk about Amorim, I still don't think she's good. She's proven nothing in her 3 UFC fights. She proved she's easily beatable in her debut, and then she beat up 2 really bad fighters back to back. I'm not impressed. You beat up the shortest fighter on the roster and someone who's fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm not impressed. So I got nothing else to say. No fight idea. I don't give a fuck who they fight. I don't care. So, whatever. I'm annoyed. Beltran plus McKenna's being a fucking idiot just adds up to me being annoyed with this card already, and it's the 3rd fight. It does not get much better. So, whatever. Shit fight. Shitty fighters. Get to the next fight already. After that, we had to our 4th fight of the night in the men's featherweight division, where we actually had a good fight. I know. I'm shocked too that there was actually a good fight on this card. I did not think that was allowed to happen. As in our 4th fight of the night, we had Danny Silva versus Josh Culibao. Actually a good fight. Not even trolling or anything. Actually a really good fight. Round 1, Silva went at Culibao right off the rip, hurt him, almost got him in a guillotine, I believe. So I do think Silva got round 1. I get Culibao did have a really good second half of the round where he did turn up, but I think getting hurt twice and almost subbed, I think, beats some volume. So, but then in round 2 and 3, Silva was just able to be a better fighter. Culibao gassed he didn't gas badly, but he did gas, and Silva was able to just be the better fighter for 10 more minutes and get the win of the UFC debut. So, really solid fight. Definitely, I say the fight of the night, and that says a lot, because this was not this would not be fight of the night on most cards, but on this card where everything sucked, yeah, this was fight of the night. So, and it was a fun fight. Culibao might have been really gassed, but he still looked he still was able to fight back and have a fun fight. And Danny Silva, we know from the Contender Series, is a fun fighter. So, yeah, fun fight. Judges tried to rob Silva, but it didn't work too well. I don't know what the fuck Sautomato watched. But, whatever. And, yeah, not much else to say. Besides, let's talk about these fighters. I'll talk about Danny first. Great debut. Like, really great debut. It's a shame he missed weight, because he did deserve a fight of the night bonus. But, whatever. Yeah, he looks good. The kid has shown he has heart. His gas tank's good. Determination. He's good. He's going to be a tough fighter to fight, because for 15 minutes, he's going right at you. He never backs up. He never is going to quit. So he's going to be a really tough fighter to fight at 45. I'm really interested to see how people are going to counteract his style, because it's literally Terminator-like. So, great debut. 27 years old to pull off an upset against a veteran like Culibao. He looked good. Fought smart. Got the win. He's going to be tough for people to deal with. And then for Culibao, this fucking bum. Yeah, I don't think he's good. He's really just not good. Like, maybe I'm crazy. Sorry. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't think he's good. He's shown nothing to be that good in the UFC. Like, his 3 wins are, like I said before, not a good fighter, lucky. And he looked terrible here against a not a good fighter, and he did not look good here against a average fighter. He's just not good. He's not even a guy who I could say has the skills. Does he? Because I've not seen those fucking skills. So, yeah, I don't think Culibao is good, and I doubt he'll be in the UFC much longer. I don't think he'll get cut right away, but he'll probably lose his next fight and then get cut. So, he's just not good. He's just really fucking bad. So, yeah. Only thing I have to say that I can think of is who should they fight next. For Danny Silva, giant win in his debut should lead to a really good second fight in the UFC. Who should that be against? I'll tell you right now. Jaqueline would not be bad. Hyder Emil would be crazy. Jesus Christ, that'd be one of the most insane fights. Francis Marshall, but I really don't get, against one of these debut dudes on a 2-fight skid. Gabriel Miranda pulled out of his fight with Billy Q next week, so that would work. Lucas Alexander. Trezano would be really fun. Trezano would be really fun, actually. I might go with Trezano just because that'd be such a fun fight. Yes, I'm going to go with Trezano if he's still in the UFC completely, because I know it's been a while since he fought. But if he is still in the UFC, Mike Trezano and Danny Silva sounds pretty fucking fun. If you ask me, I think that sounds really fun. And, I'm down to see it. Maybe I'll see something better, but I think that's a pretty good fight. So, let's see it. And then for fucking Mr. Smiles, Josh Culibao. Who the fuck does he fight? Why do they have him on the first page still? The dude's terrible. Do they have him here? Yep. I don't know who he fights. I guess Ryan Hall would be if Ryan Hall ever fights again. That would not be bad. Gavin Tucker, that should be really interesting. Jack Jenkins when he comes back. Yeah, I think I like him and Gavin Tucker. 2 dudes who 2 L's in a row now. 2 dudes. I think that'd make a lot of sense. I think that'd be a good fight. Yeah, I like that. Gavin Tucker and Josh Culibao. Sounds fine to me. Do it. Yeah, ow. Got something in my fucking eye. Not very much else to say. fun fight of the night. And who should they fight next? I like Danny Silva versus Mike Trezano. I like Josh Culibao versus Gavin Tucker. Silva and Trezano sounds really fun. Culibao and Tucker makes sense. Both should happen. Look at. After that, we had to our 5th fight of the night in the men's flyweight division, a fight that was predictable, if anything, as we have Filho versus Osbourne. Yeah, could have not won any better for Filho. They did a little bit of striking. He eventually took down and ground and pound, and then a submission. Club and sub. Yeah, exactly the thing you want to do against Osbourne. Like, Filho went in there with the perfect game plan and it worked. He watched the Amabaya fight, saw how that worked for him, and pretty much did a quicker version of that. So, yeah, great shit by Filho. Looked great, fought smart, could not ask for much else. To talk about Filho a little more, the dude's good. Filho's really good. But I think we all knew that after the Mukai fight where he almost broke his fucking leg in half. Like, he's been the closest anyone has got to beating Mukaev. So, he's good. He's dangerous. His striking's hit or miss, but you don't want to be on the ground with this dude because he's going to sub you. Like, he's really good. Back-to-back first-round submissions. That's against 2 strikers. I know it's against 2 strikers, but still, back-to-back first-round submissions. One of them was a crazy comeback. The other is against a wise veteran. Really good way to show how good you are after that Mukaev fight. Not show that was not just a fluke, that he almost subbed him, that he is just really good. So, yeah, great shit by Filho, man. He's good. He's definitely a prospect to watch at flyweight. He's good. So, I'm excited to see him fight again. Hopefully we see him fight quick, because he's good. So, yeah, great fucking performance by Filho against a veteran. And speaking of that veteran, fucking Ode. I think I talked about him a lot in my breakdown and I think I was right about everything I said to an extent. He is a talented fighter, but his holes in his game are just so apparent, so easily to take advantage of, that when a fighter takes advantage of them, it's not a shock. Like, Ode is the most average flyweight you can find. He's good. He can beat a fucking Farouk Adeshev and a Jerome Rivera, but he can't beat these good fighters like Manel Kape, Asu Almabayev, Rafael Filho, and I don't even want to call him an unranked gatekeeper, because I think I said this with someone else last week. I don't even think that term really makes sense, or I don't even like to use it. He's a tester. He's a fucking tester. I forget who I said the same thing was last week, but yeah, he's a fucking tester. I think with CJ Vergara, funny enough. So, he's the perfect flyweight to test these young guys like Manel Kape, like Asu Almabayev, like Rafael Filho. Because he is a threat to win these fights, because he has bombs in his hands, and he is talented. But, on the other hand, he has no ground game, no gas tank, and he's very beatable. So your pros and cons really weigh each other out with Ode. So yeah, he's good, but he's beatable. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, let's get to who they should fight next. For Rafael Filho, there's some good options. 2 in a row now. I think he deserves a pretty decent opponent. Azat coming off an L would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think I like that fight. Like, that coming off the L to Charles Johnson. I think Filho would be a really good fight with that. And I think I like that fight. Like, maybe there's a better fight for that, but I don't think there's a better fight for Filho. So yeah, fuck it, why not? Let's do a Zat and Filho. Let's see what that can do. Can he get back on track? Filho, can he go 3 in a row? I think that'd make a lot of sense. Do it. And then for Ode, he's probably going to be used to test another prospect, to be honest with you. I would not be shocked if he fights an Edgar Shirez or Rolando Rodriguez. Because that's what they use him for, to test these young guys. Or Clay Carpenter, another prime example. So I could see him fighting any of these guys. And does he win? Maybe. I think he might beat Rolando. Rolando's not very good, but Edgar and Clayton, those are interesting fights. So, yeah, I'm most likely he's going to fight another young prospect, and we'll see how it goes. Various degrees of winning and losing for Ode. So I wonder if he would be able to get back on track with one of those fights. I doubt it, but you never know with Ode. So, yeah. This was a good fight. This was a good, quick fight. Simple by Filho. The main thing I think does bring this fight down overall, though, is we've seen a lot of this shit tonight. So many submissions. That this, like, for as good of a performance that this was for Filho, it was just another submission on this card instead of being a good performance, you know? So, yeah, not very much else to say. Really good performance by Filho. And, who should they fight next? I like Rafael Filho versus Azat Maxim. And I like Ode Osbourne to probably fight another, well, I don't like, but I do think Ode will probably fight another young guy like a Clay Carpenter. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Good fight, good win for Filho. Him and Azat would be really good. So book it. Nothing else to say. After that, the co-main of the prelims, my best call of the night, and I fucking told y'all, see, a broken clock is right twice a day. I was right in this regard. I fucking saw this, man. I was confused by these odds, and I feel like I broke down this fight to almost a T. So, but enough of me jumping the gun. Let me recap this fight. As we have in our co-main of the prelims in the women's bantamweight division, Chelsea Chandler versus Josiane Nunes. Really good fight. I know a lot of people said this fight sucked. I get it. And WMMA hate, blah blah blah. This fight is decent, especially on a card like this. This was one of the best fights of the night, which says a lot. It was a good fight. It should not be one of the best fights of the night on a card, so, but whatever. Yeah, this fight was fun. I really enjoyed this fight. Round 1 and 2, Chelsea had the perfect game plan. I think I even brought it up in the breakdown. Wrestle, and she did. And then in round 3, she just survived like she needed to, and she took a lot of punches, but she survived, and she was able to win the fight. Clearly took the first 2 rounds. Judges agree. Chelsea Chandler gets her second win in the UFC as an underdog. Yeah, fun fight. And I'll talk about Chelsea first. She did exactly what I said she should do. Wrestle. And that's what I saw in this fight. I saw if Chelsea won this fight as an underdog, she's going to have to wrestle Josie. Because one thing I have noticed with Chelsea, and maybe I'm stupid, but I feel like this is true, she really takes punches bad. Like, she's not good. She does not like getting hit, and it shows badly. She fucking freaks out and all this shit. She does not like getting hit, and she got lucky that Josie is not very good, but when, like we saw in the Dumont fight, she don't like getting hit. But when she does fight up the rankings, just to give an example, as she fights up the rankings, you're gonna get hit more. Like if she fights an Irene Aldana, she's fucked, because Irene Aldana is going to hit you a lot, and if you don't like getting hit, you're screwed. So, a Carahosa even. So, she's gonna really need to learn how to take punches better, because even in this fight, in a fight she won, like look at round 3, she takes punches so weird that it's really, she fights very weird also on the feet. She's a weird striker. She's not bad. Like, that's the thing with Chelsea. That's a big reason I did pick her, because I do think Chelsea Chandler is a talented fighter. She's just a little green still. Her striking has a lot to be desired. Her ground game's good. Her gas tank's alright. It's her, she cannot take punches well. She freaks out. And I think that's a really bad trait to have. And I think more people are going to exploit that over time. If she does not fix it. So, I do think Chelsea's a talented fighter. I'm happy to see her get back on track here. She needed this after an embarrassing fight against Norma. And she looked good. She looked good. For 10 minutes, she looked pretty damn good. Great performance by Chelsea Chandler in a fight she needed to win. To talk about Josie, she's such a weird fighter. She's literally dollar store Andrade. That's not even an insult, I don't think. It's just a fact. Like, she's not good. She just hits hard. And we've seen that, like, in the Zara Farron fight, she looked bad. And this is another reason why I lean Chelsea, because Josie looked so bad against Zara, who is terrible. So, if you're looking bad against Zara Farron, you should lose to Chelsea Chandler, and she did. And it should show she really should try to cut down a flyweight or something, because 135 is not for her. She's too short. It's hard for her to land punches on taller fighters. She's always going to be out-muscled in the wrestling department. She really needs to try and cut weight, and I don't know if she even can, because she's a pretty buff 35er, but she would at least have to try, because I think she's kind of fucking herself fighting at 35, so maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. I think she should probably try and move down if she can. If not, stay at 35 and keep giving yourself a giant disadvantage every fight. Your choice. But, yeah, really enjoyed this fight. And, I guess the only thing left to say is who should they fight next. For Chelsea Chandler to get back in the win column, who does she fight? She's now going to be number 13. She has some options. I know the rankings update, you'll get a better sense, because, like, these two are not gonna, like, I think Cara Hosta's not a bad option. I think someone say Julia Avila. I really don't get that fight. Avila looked god-awful against Misha. Does Tate have a fight booked? Why is this showing featherweight when she's a bantamweight? Even though I don't even know if she can make bantamweight, but yeah. Misha does not have a fight booked. I doubt they do that fight though. I like the Carahosa fight. I think that screams a banger fight. Caro and Chelsea, that really does seem like a good fight. Avila can fight, hell, maybe Josie even. But I like that fucking Carahosa Chelsea Chandler fight. I think that'd be really good. Besides that, who else could she fight? Pannie, maybe. And I'll talk more about Pannie later. Does Yana got a fight booked? I believe she fucking does. I feel like, does Yana have a fight booked? Maybe she doesn't. Like, why the fuck are half the ranked fighters not even fucking shown at this point? But, yeah, yeah, I'd probably say Carahosa would be the best option for Chelsea. Not interested. Does Yana actually have a fight booked? I guess that wouldn't be a bad fight either. You could feed Yana Santos to Chelsea Chandler. No, she does not have a fight booked. Intriguing. Yeah, you're down. You could do that too, but I think Carahosa would be the best option. It's not a big jump up for Chelsea. Rosa did just lose in a great fight, and probably with the rankings update, they'll be real. I think Chandler will be 13 or 12. Rosa will be probably 10. That makes a lot of sense in my opinion, and it would be a great fight. Those two are brawlers. They can both grapple. I want to see that fight, so I say do that fight. And then for Josie Nunes, that's a tougher question, because now she's going to be at the back end of the rankings, and the only other ranked fighter is Melissa Mullins, who's booked, so maybe she welcomes someone, gives someone a rankings fight, but who? Like, all the fighters you can put in that category are booked. So it's probably gonna be more someone who's having a fight. Like, it could easily be the winner of fucking the fight next week, Rendon and the other chick. The winner of that could easily fight Nunes, or the winner of Mullins and Nora Cornoli. Either one of those two could easily fight fucking Nunes, so. Or she fights Julia Aguilera. Like, any of those three options would work. We'll see what the UFC does. I think any of them work. I don't think any of them would be a bad option. And, yeah. Not very much else to say. I enjoyed this fight. Wow, holy shit, 40 minutes. I swear I've talked about this fight for that long. Yeah, I enjoyed this fight. I thought it was a lot better than people want to make it out to be. And, yeah, good to see Chelsea Chandler back doing her thing. Who should they fight next? I like Chelsea Chandler versus Carol Hossa and Josie Nunes. There's a lot of options. I guess let's just see how the dominoes fall. So, yeah, Chandler and Hossa would be a great fight. Book it. I'm happy Chandler got back in the win column. She is a talented fighter. Nothing else to say. And for our last prelim, I got really nothing to say about this fight. I could care less. As in our featured prelim, in the lightweight division, we have Mike Davis versus Natan Levy. I'll keep it short and sweet. Davis dropped Levy within about 15 seconds and was able to be the better fighter on the ground. Round 2 starts, same thing. They go to the ground again. Davis subs him. Arm triangle choke. It's over. I really don't got much to say. I'm still not sold on Mike Davis like everyone else. He's a mid fighter. Until proven otherwise, he's mid. Like, low. Like, people act like he's had one of the greatest 4-fight winning streaks ever. Who? A fraud. Can't wrestle. Terrible fighter. So, whatever. No fight idea. I don't care. Not like Mike Davis is gonna fight anytime soon anyway. He's gonna be off for another year, so what's the point of giving him a fucking fight idea? And Natan Levy sucks. So, I got nothing else to say about this fight. I don't care. The battle of two mid fighters. That's all I think of that fight. But Mike Davis is so good. Prove it. Yeah, nothing else to say about the prelims. Good, bad prelims. Outside of Moisés, Silva, Chandler, and I guess Filho, and even Filho's a reach. Like, this was not great. This was whatever, and this was a waste of time. At least, like, again, this, and this were good, and this was okay. But man, what a fucking subpar prelims. And the sad thing, the main card might be worse. I'm not even fucking with you. The main card might have been worse. So, I guess let's just get into it. At 6 fights, 6 more fights. How the fuck did I already get to 43 minutes? I swear time flies. Time flies when you're doing something you enjoy. Ha. Okay, enough rambling. Let's get to the main card opener in the middleweight division. 2 OGs yelling, as we clearly see. And we begin the main card with Gerald Meerschaert versus Bryan Barberena. Yeah, this fight went pretty much as expected, I feel. Round 1, GM3 was able to fight better, get him to the ground, do his thing. Round 2, much of the same. Eventually he locked in a rear naked choke, wasn't even fully locked in, with more on the chin. Sorry. And he put Barberena out cold. So, yeah, that was, that very predictable fight was very predictable. I'm shocked he went into round 2, to be honest. So, yeah. I guess I'll talk about GM3 first. Good win. Good way to get back in the win column after 2 L's in a row. First win since 2022. He won a fight he should easily win. And all this showed is what we continue to know is GM3 is not a good fighter. He's just a really, really, really good grappler. So, good way to get back on track, old man. And then for Bryan Barberena, as much as I don't like saying it, I did say this in the breakdown, his UFC career is done. 4 in a row, looked terrible in all 4. It's time to get cut or retire. If he retires, good career, enjoy retirement. If he gets cut, BKFC is calling, or Game Bred Fighting Championship. I don't see him going to PFL. I think he would do better in BKFC. No grappling, just brawling. That's right up Barberena's league, and I think he would do good there. So I say cut him, or he retires. He just can't hang with more technical fighters. He can do good in a brawl. We know that. He can't do good when he's fighting someone technical. So yeah, 34 years old, 4 in a row. It's over. Sorry, Barberena. Yeah, not very much else to say about this fight besides who should they fight next for GM3 to get back in the win column in a big way. Who can he fight? I think there's some good options for him. I wish Bo Nickel wasn't booked because I want to see that fight really badly, but I guess we have to wait. Him and Charalampos would be fucking awesome, but I don't know how they're gonna book Charalampos. They're gonna fucking push that dude to the moon, aren't they? Rodolfo Vieira would be awesome. Jung Young Park would be really intriguing. How Ikram maybe. Muniz would be really fun. So there's some options. I might lean Jung Young Park. Who did I say Park should fight? I remember I had Park fighting Bruno Ferreira. Yeah, you could still do that. Like, the bad thing, I think Charalampos is the best option, but I really don't see him doing that fight. I don't know why, I just really don't see them doing that fight. So, maybe they will. But yeah, like, and the bad thing, I would love to see GMC versus Rodolfo or Muniz, but they should fight each other, Rodolfo and Muniz. So, it's more like like Roman Gopilov, you could feed GM3 too. Brad Tavares, veteran versus veteran, would be fun. I'm gonna say he should fight Shara. I know that fight won't happen, but I still think it should. I think that's like the test for Charalampos, not Magomedov. I think that'd be the perfect fight. I don't think they're gonna do that. Again, I think they're probably gonna push him to the moon. Like no joke, I think he'll probably be fighting a ranked guy in his next fight. Probably he might be fighting Doladze or an Imavov. I would not be shocked. But if we're being realistic, I think him and GM3 makes a lot of sense. So, I said this after Shara won its debut. I'll keep saying Charalampos versus GM3. Book it. And then again, Barberena should retire or get cut. So, yeah, not really much else to say there. Besides, good performance for GM3. Get back on track in a fight he should have won easily, and he did. And, yeah, not much else to say besides who should they fight next. I like GM3 versus Charalampos, Magomedov, and Barberena. See you around, brother. GM3 and Char makes a lot of sense. They should do that fight. Put that on that, Saudi Arabia fight night. Co-main would be perfect co-main to something. So, yeah, let's do it. GM3 Shara. I want to see it. After that, we had to our second fight of the main card, and wow, I guess, time is a flat circle because I swear I've seen this story before. As in our second fight of the night of the main card, in the women's bantamweight division, again, we're back there with a fight that I said was not better than Chelsea and Nunes on the breakdown, and I'll say it was not better than Chelsea and Nunes on the recap. This was good. This was one of the highlights of the card. I say this is the highlight of the main card, which says so fucking much. But I'll stop rambling. As in our second fight of the main card, we have Macy Chiasson versus Pannie Kianzad 2, the rematch. And it played pretty much the exact same, just one less round. Long story short, they did a little striking, then it became a grappling match with a lot of fun transitions. Eventually, Pannie did get up, but she did continue the grappling, putting Macy up against the fence. She took Macy down, but eventually Macy, being a way better grappler, did get on Pannie's back and rear naked choked her to get the win. How disheartening to get beat by someone twice the exact same way. She lost the first time by rear naked choke. She lost the second time by rear naked choke. Macy just has Pannie's number. I feel like a lot of people have Pannie's number because holy shit, she's not good. Okay, maybe that's a little much, but I want to talk about Pannie first because I'm frustrated with Pannie. She's a talented fighter, but that's the problem with her. She's a talented fighter who has never got better. The fighter we saw in Tough Fight Macy is pretty much the same fighter we saw Macy fight tonight. Maybe she's got a little better, but her ground game is still terrible. Her fight IQ is not good. She is still the same old Pannie we've seen for fucking years now. And it's annoying because I think Pannie does have untapped potential, but she's never been able to achieve it. She can against Lena Landsberg and fucking Alexis Davis, but she can't against Raquel Pennington, Ketlen Vieira, Macy Chiasson. You know, this fight was really close, but like her ground game's just god awful. She's a fish out of fucking water when it's not on the feet, and in a weight class that has Mayra Bueno Silva, Macy Chiasson, Kayla Harrison joining the weight class supposedly, Juliana Pena, Miesha Tate, fucking Chelsea Chandler even. Like, you're fucked in this weight class. So, and you notice she only beats strikers. So, yeah. I like Pannie, but I'm done picking Pannie. Like, I took her here as, let's see if she can get the win, get revenge. Has she got better? She hasn't. I'm not picking her again. In her next fight, if it's the matchup's right, I'm fading her. She's just not good. And it's frustrating because she is good, she won't get better. So, I don't know. I'm frustrated with Pannie. She's talented, but she never improved. And talking about Macy Chiasson, she looked great. In her return after the Irani fight, over a year gone, she looked great. Macy's always been a weird fighter. I do think she has potential. She's a lengthy fighter. Her striking has a lot to be desired, but her ground game is really good, being so lengthy. And if she can fight like how she did tonight more often, we got a scary contender on our hands because she looked great. Like that, she looked really, really, really good. I am very intrigued to see how she continues to build on this win. And I hope she does fight again soon because, again, she looked good. So, I hope we see her again before the end of the year. Because this was a really great comeback fight after the Iranian fight, which she was winning, by the way. She was probably up 2-0 in that fight, if I remember correctly. So, great way to bounce back from Macy. And she made weight. So, she shut me up by actually making weight. So, she can make 135. Cool. This was just a perfect week for Macy, so congratulations. Great way to come back. And let's see what's next for you. Speaking of that, I'll tell you what's next as we do fight ideas. For Macy Chiasson, she's now going to be ranked 6th, right outside of the top 10 or top 5. Ketlen probably makes the most sense. Besides that, who would she fight? Like Mayra, I guess, but Mayra should fight Irene. Holly's busy. Yana, right, doesn't make sense. Misha, I don't get the point of that, to be honest. So I say Macy Chiasson and Ketlen Vieira. They've never fought before, and I think makes a lot of sense. So yeah, let's do it. Like, you could do Myra, or you could do Myra, but I don't see the point in that. So yeah, I say Macy Chiasson versus Jaqueline Vader, which actually I did not even know that was booked at one point. Yeah, he rebooks this fight. I got nothing else to say. Oh wow, this was meant to happen at the start of the year. That's even more. Yeah, rebook this fight. Do it. Let's go. Simple. And then for Pannie Kianzad, who's definitely in a pickle right now. She's now going to drop down to 7. Who does she fight? She could fight Tate or Yana. I'm down to see her probably fight Misha. I think that'd probably make the most sense for her. Fight the veteran coming off a win. Because besides that, who would she fight? Well, who could she fight? Again, she could fight Yana Santos, but what does beating Yana Santos on a, 4-fight losing streak, 3-fight losing streak show? I doubt she's going to go as far down as Julia Aguilera or Chelsea Chandler. So yeah, I say Misha Tate, Pannie Kianzad makes the most sense. I don't know why I feel like that was booked at one point. I know it wasn't, but it just feels like it was. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. But let's do it. Pretty simple fights to make. So yeah, great performance by Macy Chiasson. Great way to bounce back after a long layoff and an L in that last fight. So yeah, she looked great, doing what she did the first time, just quicker. And who should they fight next? I like Macy Chiasson versus Jaqueline Vader, and I like Pannie Kianzad versus Misha Tate. Both make sense. Both, I think, are decent fights. And again, they make sense, which is, I think, the most important part of fight ideas. Picking a fight that makes sense. Both those fights make sense. Let's do it. Great comeback from Macy Chiasson. After that, the most frustrating fight of the night. I'm not going to waste much time on this because it pisses me off. In our third fight of the main card, we have Christian Rodriguez versus Isaac Dulgarian. Robbery. I'm going to just keep it short and sweet. Dulgarian clearly won the first 2 rounds with even a 10-8 in there, and they completely fucked him. So this should at bare minimum have been a draw or Dulgarian W. This guy fucking sucks. He beat a young Raul Rosas. He barely beat Simon, if he even really did, and now he got gifted a win versus Isaac Dulgarian. Whatever. What a joke. Dulgarian, you got robbed of your O. I feel bad. What a fucking joke the judges are. After that, we had to our 4th fight of the main card. Another dud of a fight. And wow, what a fucking upset and shit performance. Christ. In our 4th fight of the main card, we head to light heavyweight for Ovens St. Preux versus Kennedy Nzechukwu. Well, there's a lot to unpack here, and this fight has thrown Twitter into a fucking frenzy, and the MMA community into a frenzy, because what the fuck? Yeah, for 15 minutes, these two went back and forth. Kennedy Nzechukwu went back and forth with a 40-year-old Oven St. Preux. Huh? Round 1, OSP clearly won. Round 2, it was close. And round 3, OSP, I think, won. They were close rounds. 2 and 3 were close. I don't know how you don't give OSP the W here. It just feels like he won at least 2 rounds, if not all 3. Kennedy just looked like shit. He should have won this fight in round 1, and it went 15 minutes. And he lost. Like, what the fuck? Oh yeah. I'll get the little bit out of the way. Good win. I'm happy for OSP. Good way to bounce back after a lot of bad performances in a row. Like 4 L's in a row. He lost this fight. I don't care what anyone says. 4 L's in a row to bounce back like he did. Good job. 40 years to pick up a win at 40 years old at light heavyweight against a guy like Nzechukwu. Good job. Can't really say much else. I think this is even more of the time to retire, but I doubt he will. So we'll see what's next for LSP. Oh boy, this idiot. What is wrong with this dude? He has all the talent to be a fucking top 15 dude, but he keeps having these shit performances. Like, I said the same thing in the fucking breakdown. He's a hot and cold fighter, and he's annoying as fuck to break down, because that's exactly the way. Like, this dude should... The only fighter on his record that's actually an understandable L is Paul Craig. Like, you should be beating Da Eunjung. You should be beating Negamarianu. You should be at least putting up a fight against Jacoby. You should have smashed Oven St. Peru. He lost all those fights. And again, he has all the fucking talent. He just does not perform well. He looked like shit here. A, they look like they were fighting in slow motion. B, I fucking zoned out half this fight. I zoned out after round 1. Like, it was fucking boring. And C, dude, you could not drop a 40-year-old OSP that Felipe Lins beat in 40 seconds. That Shogun Hua beat at like age 60. Fucking Tanner Bozer beat him. Like, this is some cut-worthy shit. You were minus 700, the biggest favorite on the card, and you lost. Of course, I picked Levy as the giant underdog. I picked the wrong one. Yeah, what, like, this is embarrassing. Like, there's very few times I think a fighter should be embarrassed after a fight. Kenzie and Dutchku should be embarrassed. Like, I can't believe he looked so bad. It's truly amazing. He looked so terrible. It's crazy. I'm shocked with how shit he looked. In a fight where he's minus 700 and should have won easily, he loses to fucking Oven St. Peru in 2024. What the fuck is MMA anymore? I guess the only thing I have to say is who should I fight next? This is gonna be one of the weirdest fight ideas ever. For Oven St. Peru coming off a win at 40, gonna be 41 in like a month. Who does he fight? He fucking deserves a good fight after this. I saw someone say Gustafsson. I don't hate it, but is Gus even fighting anymore? Pragnell, I guess, would not be terrible. Culibao is definitely a winnable fight. Oh, no, never mind, that's easy. Dominic Reyes. Like, that's fucking easy. Like, I think that kind of writes itself. Why the fuck should he not fight Dominic Reyes? Yeah, Dominic Reyes, they fought before, didn't they? If they fought, then never mind. They fought before, didn't they not? Yeah, never mind, I'm stupid. Cut that completely. Probably Culibao. I think that'd probably make... no, Jimmy Crute. They did not fight, if I'm correct. Let me guess they fought too. Because fucking he's fought every fighter in the goddamn UFC. Did he fight Jimmy Crute? If not... He did not. I think that might be the fight to do, because... You could either build Crute back up, or you end Crute. And Crute's still in the UFC, I know, he's just not fought in a while. I think that makes sense. OSP and Jimmy Crute. Like, there's a couple fun ideas I like. The Gustafsson fight, I like. But I don't think they're gonna do it. I think he's trained with Gustafsson too, so I doubt they actually want to fight. They might have already fought before, to be honest with you. Did they fight before? They never fought. So yeah, they're training partners, so... Oh wow, they were meant to fight. Huh. But, yeah, Gustafsson, I don't hate that idea, but I doubt they're actually gonna... I don't even want to see Gust fight anymore, so... Like... I like the Jimmy Crute idea. If Reyes wasn't a ranked fighter, you could do that rematch, but... I like the Jimmy Crute. I think I'm going to say that, because I really don't see anything else I like. Like, what do you get out of feeding him to Marcin Pragnell, or, like, Culibao, he probably beats, like, dead ass, but what do you get out of that? Jimmy Crute. That's what I'm gonna say. Jimmy Crute. You can build Crute back up, or again, Jimmy Crute's just officially done. I think either one of these two, and I don't think this one makes a lot of sense. So yeah, OSP and Jimmy Crute. Why not? And then for dumb fuck, the underperformer himself. What do you do with him? Who the fuck can you honestly have him fight at this point? Pacquiao? Like, do you have to give him bottom of the barrel fighters for him to actually show up in a fight? Like, I say give him Modestas Bukauskas. I think that'd probably be like that's what I would do. So, probably Bukauskas. Pacquiao works also, but I say go with Bukauskas. I think that'd probably make the most sense. It's a fight. If Kennedy can't win that, it's time to get cut. So, yeah, that's what I would do. Bukauskas and Nzechukwu makes sense, which is something I did not think I'd be saying after this fight. So, yeah, whatever. Not really much else to say. I'm kind of speechless to an extent, but whatever. MMA is insane. So, who should I fight next? I like OSP versus Jimmy Crute, and I like Nzechukwu versus Modestas Bukauskas. OSP and Crute makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Nzechukwu and Bukauskas, someone needs to win, maybe. So yeah, both make sense. So do it. And yeah, great win for OSP. A part of me is a little happy he didn't get KO'd, because it would suck to see a 40-year-old get beat up like that. But at the same time, in this case, dude, Kennedy, you should have won this shit. So whatever. Great win for OSP. I still think he should retire, but he won't. So, yeah. Fight Jimmy Crute and see what happens. Great win for OSP. Here is when shit gets interesting, and I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, but I'm also... I really don't got much to say about this fight. As in our co-main event of the evening, we had Bryan Battle versus Anheliger. To be pretty short and sweet about this, because I really don't know what to say. In round 1, Battle was just beating the shit out of Losa, was better all around. And then in round 2, early into round 2, Battle accidentally poked Losa in the eye a little bit, and Losa completely quit. He pretended he couldn't see. He got the fight called off, and that was that. He saw the writing on the wall that he was gonna lose, and he quit. Simple as that. Because then 3 minutes later, when they're announcing it's a no contest, oh, now you want to talk shit and fight? Okay, buddy. Yeah, Bryan Battle won this fight. He made Losa quit, and yeah, I really don't got much to say. I'm annoyed. This was just like a fuck you on top of the fuck yous of this card. So yeah, Battle looked great. If they rebook this fight, I'm not mad. If they give Battle someone else, I'm not mad. Bryan Battle was really fucking good, and Angel was a bitch. Nothing to say. Battle looked great. And now for the main event of the evening. I'm fucking sad. This was the one I said the fuck you on top of the fuck you. This is the cherry on top of the fuck you. As in our main event of the evening in the heavyweight division, we had Marcin Tybura versus Tai Tuivasa. Motherfucker, man. So, long story short, they did a little bit of striking. Tai landed some good shots. Eventually, Tybura got in on a takedown. He eventually did get him down, and he submitted him by a rear naked choke in the first round. Son of bitch, man. Fuck. I'll talk about Tybura first, because really nothing to say. Good job. Got back on track. You needed the win, and you got it. I said I would have probably picked him if I was unbiased, and you see why. Good win for Tybura, man. Congrats. Is this his first main event win? Because I know he's had a few main events. I think this is his first main event win. One else. He lost against Verdum. yeah, this is his first main event win after, I think, 3 or 4 tries. So good job. Yeah, good win for Tybura, man. Your new haircut's fucking terrible still. And now to talk about Ty. Oh Christ, man. What do you do with Tai Tuivasa now? That's a lot of red on your screen. What do you do? That's 4 L's in a row now. And he's looked pretty bad in all of them. He looked okay against Cyril, but he was just outclassed. Terrible. Did not look very good. I just don't think he has passion anymore for fighting. Like, he's coming in off of surgery, out of shape, out even worse shape. I don't know. Would getting cut be the best thing for him? In a way, I want to say yes. Because I think he could go somewhere else. He could realize he is not fucking invincible. He can fucking be cut. And I think he needs that reality check, because right now he just looks like he's okay with being stagnant. So, I don't know. I would love to see him in BKFC. I know I've said that a few times now. He would be perfect there. Just striking. They have fun. He would be a big star. He probably would win the belt. Maybe come back to UFC in a few years after. Like, I think he needs a scenery change, because I think he's got too comfortable, and I don't know. I don't need to see him lose again. He looked terrible his last 3 fights, and again against Gon he looked subpar. So I hope Ty can bounce back in some shape or form, but I don't even know if that's gonna be in the UFC. So sorry, Ty. Happy birthday, man. I wish it could have went better. Not really much else to say. Besides, who should they fight next? For Marcin Tybura, probably Gerald Almeida makes the most sense. I'm not sure who else he would fight. Maybe Spivak, but no, he already fought Spivak. So no, fight Gerald Almeida. Unless they do Gerald and Volkov, which I'm okay with. If they do that, then Tybura could fight. I guess he probably would rematch Spivak in that regard, because if you do I don't see him doing Jailton and Volkov. So yeah, do Tybura and Jailton. Makes sense. So do it. Probably Jailton would win that, but whatever. UFC wants to get him back on track. They like Jailton for some reason. So yeah. And then for Tai Tuivasa, we'll just say hypothetically, if he stays in UFC, he's probably gonna fight one of these 2 guys and lose, which is sad. So, whatever. I don't even know what to say. I don't know. I really don't know. So, I guess we'll see what happens. With Ty. I don't know. Yeah, nothing more to say about this fight. Whatever main event, at least it ended in the first round. And who should they fight next? I like Tybura versus Jailton. And I really don't know what to say about Ty. Tybura and Jailton, not as a main event, by the way. Don't try it. That could be put on prelims of a pay-per-view or co-main fight night, whatever. Just don't make that a main event. For the love of everything good in the world, don't do that. Okay? Yeah, I have nothing else to say. I'm depressed after this card. What a fucking... Sorry, Ty. You deserve better. Boom. That was the card. To go over my picks. How did I do on my picks? 4 of 13, 1 perfect, 225. Even though I really got Dulgarian and I would have got battle right, so 6 of 13. And probably 2 more perfects, at least 1, because yeah. Like, I know I got a lot wrong, but let's honestly look at this. Biased. So really, if I was picking unbiased, that would have been 8 right. Oh no, 7 right. So, cause I would have picked Tybura. I literally said that word for word in my breakdown. So fuck you. Kennedy, everyone picked Kennedy. He looked like shit. Kianzad, that was probably just a bad pick. Levy, had a weird feeling about a fight between two mid-fighters. Culibao looked like just gassed. McKenna fucking sucks. Grigoriou, fraud. Like, the only picks I can honestly be upset about are Levy, Kianzad, and Dulgarian. The rest were biased or bad. So, or just they lost. So, whatever. I know, not my best night. I'll have better nights. I'll have worse nights. It happens. Don't listen to me on picks. Unless it's Chelsea Chandler, because for some reason I got that right. I made a good call for once. Ooh. To go over the bonuses, which I don't think anyone deserves a bonus on this fucking card, we had performance of the night go out to Tybura, Chiasson, Filho, and Amorim. If I had to give out bonuses, I would have gave a performance of the night to Moisés, because he actually got a TKO, the only one of the night, and probably Chiasson. I think she deserved it. Five of the night should have went to Culibao and Silva. It's sad Silva missed weight, so he wouldn't even got that bonus anyway. But still, I really don't think anyone deserves a bonus on this card. It was just so bad. It's just really bad. And if you missed a card, what would I say you should rewatch? Moisés, maybe. It's not that great. Silva, Culibao, you should watch. Debatable, that this is up to you. Chandler, I would say. And Chiasson. You could skip the rest. Like, you're not missing out much. This was kind of just... there is not much good here. Whatever. Not worth your time. Not worth anyone's time. So, yeah, I guess there's a few things to go back and watch, in my opinion, if you missed. But even if you did, I don't see why you really care. Nothing big happened. It was another card. It was not a good one. Like I said, it reminded me of the old shitty Apex cards with shit main events and shit main card. The nice thing about this card, on paper, it shouldn't even been this bad. At worst, it should have been like below average, like a normal Apex card. It should have not been god awful. So, yeah, pretty weak night of fights. Hopefully we can bounce back next week with Hebos versus Nunes. That card looks a little better on paper. I doubt it will be better in execution. And the main event will be shit, because it's not a main event level fight. But whatever. We gotta be hopeful. And, yeah, I got really little else to say. This card really burnt me out. And I'm gonna have a lot of problems getting hyped for next week's card. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens, man. What I know is going to happen is I'll be breaking down, the next time you hear from me is me breaking down UFC Vegas 89 next Friday 1 p.m. EST, and recapping it Sunday 1 p.m. EST. So, there you go. Not very much else to say. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you and yours. Hope you have a great day. Celebrate, and all I have left to say now is I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of 2024. And as always, RX out. Good vibes only and always.